PoV, Mr. Paladin here with another round of that beeping sentry gun, where we're looking at some common sentry gun spots and what is good and bad about them, and why Mr. Spirit and I find that we're the only guys on the team who seem to be able to take out this sentry gun. So Mr. Spirit, what is good and bad about this sentry position here at the final of PL Barnblitz?
Well, as my analysis as an engineer, this gun in public games seems to hold extremely well against an uncoordinated team. Versus a coordinated team and people on your team dying, it becomes pretty easy to take out. Your disadvantages start with this upper ledge here. It blocks your sentry rockets. And if you want to use your rockets, you have to aim down. You can't fire up. You fire up, it just explodes.
So you mean if anyone's on this upper ledge, you're already nerfing your level 3 gun by only being able to shoot with your bullets?
Yep, it becomes a level 2 sentry gun with just more HP. As you can see, I can fire up there just fine, but rockets, I'm splashing myself.
And nobody wants to splash themselves with rockets, do they?
No, they take too much health. But when you aim down, sure, you get full use of your gun, but when you let go of this Wrangler, you've already nerfed the range. My opponents can stand in that doorway. And while they're over there, if I'm standing up here repairing, not paying attention, I get shot. And if that was a sniper, that would be a one-shot. So overall, it's pretty dangerous. Now the pros to this gun though is you cut off some of the splash damage from people up top because they have to aim towards the bottom of these crates, giving you cover from splash damage.
Yep, I also find this is a good spot because it's a hard time for them to actually kill the engineer himself, and so long as the Engie stays up, he usually keeps his gun good. As a spy, I have a hard time getting back in here because I'm front and center in front of all their spawns. There's usually pyros and whatnot down here, so it's not an easy spot for me to get back here to decloak as anything. Even as an invis watch, it gets heard. The only luxury I have is mostly the sound of this dispenser can sometimes cloak my decloaking sound, and I might get away with a quick stab or a quick kill on the engineer, but usually there's too many of his teammates around to make this a good spot for a spy to get to. Plus jumping up to sap that stupid gun gives you away way too fast.
Yeah.
So as a spy, we'll start with the as a spy method. You already saw using the range to try and take out the engineer. That's usually not an option because he's got these boxes he can just hide behind. I often work my way to this back staircase. This area often gets patrolled by his own pyros, but this is a much cleaner shot at him and I don't have to worry about the gun. If I am using an invis watch or a cloak and dagger, I'll sometimes use these lights or the lights that is directly above him at locker room, and I'll work my way over to there. This spot above locker room should allow you all the time in the world. One's going to be a cut. This light that you can get to above the locker room is great if you're a cloak and dagger because you can sit up here all day. It often does not get checked, even by pyros. You can wait till your team is ready with a push to then drop down sap or maybe even kill the engineer before you try the sap. I mean, I could easily get off 2 shots here before Spirit became aware I was here. But that's just spy things. This is not my preferred method for taking out this gun, however. I like to do it with a soldier. As a soldier, you don't even need to wrangle your gun, Spirit, because it won't be able to hit me from here. And so long as there's no disturbance in that upper spawn area, no snipers or sentry guns there, I can be here all day and I can shoot 2 rockets into that, and I would probably get it before he gets his rescue ranger shot to it. I can even get pretty close before it realizes I'm here. But I've got protection, I've got health up here. So this is my preferred method for taking it out. This is also a good spot for a lock and load demo as well, and I'll show that. Shot at about that angle should hit it. I'm wanting to see if I can get it with the regular nade launcher though.
Just a little short, but the splash is doing damage to it.
But you see, if I was stuck without my lock and load, I would definitely sticky, because using this wood pile here, I should be able to put them like right down where that dispenser is.
Yep.
Woo! That makes that a pretty hot spot for that engineer to sit in.
Give it a dead.
Even without killing the engineer, just getting rid of that dispenser and keeping the pressure on from up here should eventually take this gun down. There's only so much metal and repairing that you can do before you get overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm. Even with a regular.
Especially if I'm paying attention for him trying to get his metal there.
Coming from the bad angle, see an ammo crate, don't see stickies, and boom. Dead engineer.
Okay, let's also... The final thing I like to do is, if your team has possession of this locker room, especially if you've got a porter and such up here, I'll either load 3 rockets into a beggars and just kamikaze onto it, because this close range 3 rockets should do the job. You should be able to hit it before it finishes targeting you. Otherwise, I like to come as a pyro. The engineers usually stand behind his gear, and you can usually come around and burn this up, and the sentry gun can't even lock onto you up behind here. It's not until you step out a little that it actually turns. Especially if you coordinate this with the rest of your team, between the gun trying to face this way and the gun trying to face the other way, you should be able to burn it down. Plenty of time. And now I'll join you on your team and we'll do. So what do I do if I'm on the same team as Spirit? I see he's got a gun here. What do I do to assist him so that our team might hold this defense? Well, as always, my number one response is always take the high ground, especially as a soldier. If I'm protecting up here, I've got eyes on the locker room. We can see if anyone comes up to the locker room through the mesh here. And we should be able to hold this area pretty effectively. If ever I need to bail from up here, I should be able to jump down, let Spirit know. His gun should cover anything that tries to chase me, because remember, they've got angle on his gun. But once I step out to about here to try and shoot where I was, that gun's going to be fully on him. Change class. Up to near about $1,000 a month on the YouTube. It's jumped another couple $100, which is nice.
Good.
But again, some of that goes to
insurance.
No,
everything
it goes
else.
to TGN or whatever.
Yeah, the guys who take your money.
Yeah, the guys who lawyer up for me. Okay. Now, I'm not one to snipe, but I know from attacking this gun that snipers will often be down here near this spawn, and this of course covers the upper area where they're trying to creep, and the doorway where they can get angle as well. The other angle that the snipers hit, of course, is this upper spawn area. They often hang out up here. So it's not a favored spot for the sniper, but this gives them angle to cover the locker room and the upper area there. No problem at all. I've seen snipers do it all day long. They're back here protected by the gun. Spies, as we've said, don't like to come back here. It is real difficult to get in here. You're risking a lot. Okay, is there anything else? What do... Now, if I am wanting to work in close with this Sentry gun and Spirit, I will be a pyro. This dispenser is great for me just to expand. It keeps all the spies back and anything close. The other luxury of being the pyro is, of course, air blasting back those Ubers that we know are coming in. You can't air blast your quick fix, and they might actually come with a quick fix from the locker room because, as you see, that's a targeting problem for this gun. So be very wary of that. Anything more to add on this spot, Spirit?
Once again, always remember your Wrangler and Rescue Ranger if you want to hold it longer. Because against a quick fix, you should be able to hold it long enough for your team to gather around them.
Okay, and that's all we've got for that bleeping Sentry gun. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps you in your future endeavors. Wow, man.